Have you ever asked yourself why you always feel tired and uneasy amidst the busyness of life? Could it be that we have created invisible strings that bind our hearts to thoughts, expectations, and attachments that are not worth it? Sometimes we keep blaming others, blaming life, blaming fate for being unfair, and forget that it is we ourselves who have not yet let go of our own afflictions. Letting go is an art of living, a deep and gentle philosophy that a spiritual practitioner needs to experience and practice every day. It is not about losing or giving up everything, but rather, it is about learning how to liberate the mind from heavy attachments. At that moment, we realize that human life is so short, we cannot take anything with us. So why must we burden our hearts with endless worries and afflictions that were never brought to us by anyone, not fate or destiny, but merely by our own clinging within? There are things we should learn to face with calmness, so everything can gently pass through the mind like a breeze, like clouds drifting over mountains, like moonlight shining on the surface of a lake, leaving no trace at all in the heart. Our mind will be peacefully serene, because when we are not burdened, everything is inherently simple. The mind is like water. When it is calm, it naturally becomes clear. But when our heart is filled with turbulence, how can we clearly see the truth of life? How can we recognize the impermanent and ever-changing nature of this world? Only when we learn to let go of our burdens and purify our mind can we truly understand life and truly know how to live fully in each miraculous moment. Letting go of afflictions is an act of self-love. It is the realization that life is impermanent. Here today and by tomorrow, who knows where it will be. Let go to feel light. Let go to be at peace. When we are able to let go of sorrow and afflictions, our heart naturally becomes light, like an autumn leaf gently falling back to Mother Earth, without a trace of sorrow, without clinging to anything at all. A wise person is one who knows how to choose peace for themselves, who knows how to lay down unnecessary burdens. They do not tie their life to superficial things, nor stubbornly demand that life must be perfect according to their wishes, because they understand that true happiness is not found outside, but lies in the way we perceive life, in our own attitude of living. There are people who keep holding on to past sorrows, only to find themselves unable to feel joy again. They live with wounded memories, holding them tightly as if they were treasures, unaware that doing so hardens the heart and casts a shadow over life. Some people are too preoccupied with the future, constantly anxious and fearful, forgetting that the present moment is the most precious gift of all. Life is short, and each of us comes into this world like a traveler with fleeting steps. Reflecting on this brief journey, if we continue to carry sorrow and worries, how can there be any room left to hold happiness, to embrace the small but meaningful joys of each day? Try just once to truly let go. Look deeply into your own heart and realize that every sorrow, every burden is something we ourselves have created. When our mind opens, everything becomes light, as if it were nothing, like dust falling and disappearing into the boundless sky. Only then will we see that life, in its essence, is gentle and simple. All it takes is for us to know how to choose peace, how to choose serenity. Let every breath we exhale gently release what no longer serves us. When we release all the sorrows within, our hearts will naturally blossom with a gentle, fragrant grace. Let every step we take be light and unhurried, and let our gaze toward life be filled with compassion and love. In that moment, our hearts will be at peace with no room left for sorrow to dwell. Once we let go of our worries, our souls become as clear as the morning light, and our minds as vast as the boundless ocean, embracing all things without being disturbed. We will live fully in the present, peacefully in every miraculous moment. Life is, by its nature, a very brief journey. Don't let sorrow steal away your joy of living. Don't let anxiety bind your heart. Let go of everything to feel lighthearted, to allow the mind to be peaceful and free. Live fully in the present moment, for it is truly the doorway to peace and genuine happiness. Have you ever asked yourself what really belongs to you? This body is temporary. Fame, wealth, love, and hatred. All are like bubbles of water, fleeting like clouds drifting across the sky. The Buddha once taught that all phenomena are impermanent. All conditioned things are transient. What is born must eventually perish. If we understand this truth, what is there left to cling to? What is there left to suffer for? Today, we have the opportunity to sit together and reflect upon a profound truth of human existence. Life is a temporary realm. Everything is impermanent. Born into this world, we all seek happiness, yet few escape suffering. We suffer from what we have lost, pain from what has not yet come, entangled in the invisible threads of attachment. Suffering does not come from life itself, but from our attachment in the mind. Only when we let go of attachment and understand the impermanence of all things can we gently walk the path of enlightenment. We cling to money, status, relationships, and fame, and when we lose them, we suffer deeply. But if we understand that everything is only temporary, things come and go, unite and dissolve, our hearts will be much lighter. Life is but a fleeting realm. Do not make yourself suffer. The connections in life are fragile like a breeze passing by. When a connection comes, cherish it. When it leaves, rejoice in letting go. The Buddha teaches that all phenomena are empty. When the connection arrives, it forms, and when it departs, it dissolves. Attachment only brings suffering. Letting go is the true liberation. In love, suffering does not arise because someone else has betrayed us, but because we have not yet learned how to let go. If we continue to cling to the past, we are only imprisoning ourselves in suffering. When the heart lets go, peace naturally follows. People often think that accepting impermanence means giving up or becoming indifferent to life, but this is not the case. Accepting impermanence allows us to appreciate what we have even more. If we know that a flower will eventually fade, we will cherish it even more while it is still in bloom. If we understand that a loved one will eventually leave us, we will spend more time loving them, so we will have no regrets when they are gone. When the mind rests in the present moment, when we understand that everything will eventually change, we will no longer be troubled by life's fluctuations. Like a still lake, like a clear sky, our hearts will also be calm and peaceful, free from regrets or unnecessary worries. Impermanence is not something to fear. It is, in fact, the key that opens the door to liberation from suffering. Human life is like a dream, like a passing breeze. Yet people are always immersed in desires, chasing after things beyond their own capabilities. The poor long for wealth, the rich seek power, and those in power desire immortality. Thus, the cycle of ambition never ends, and it is this very ambition that drags people into the endless sea of suffering. People often mistakenly believe that if they obtain what they want, happiness will naturally follow. But have we ever asked ourselves, when we achieve something, are we truly satisfied, or do we just continue to yearn for more? A person longs for a shelter from the rain and sun, but when they have it, they wish for a bigger house. Once they have a larger house, they desire more land and wealth. Greed is like a bottomless pit. The more you fill it, the emptier it becomes. Only when we know contentment can the mind find peace. True fulfillment does not lie in external material things, but in the satisfaction and contentment from within. A person who is content in the face of poverty is often happier than the rich person whose heart is constantly restless. A simple bowl of rice eaten with gratitude tastes better than a lavish feast consumed with anxiety. Only when we let go of ambition, accept what we have, and cherish the present moment can we escape suffering. For the mind is easily bound by trivial matters. An accidental glance, a thoughtless word, a small action can send our hearts into turmoil, causing us distress for days. People often bind their minds to insignificant things and end up tormenting themselves. We suffer from harsh words, frustration from injustice, and pain from loss, forgetting that all these things are like clouds drifting across the sky. They come and go. Excessive worry only drains us without changing anything. What matters most is living well in the present, because the future is something we cannot grasp, and yet today is slipping by, moment by moment. The future has not yet arrived, but if we live well today, tomorrow will fall into place. Fame, fortune, love, past and future are but waves in the heart of a person. When we cling to them, we are like a small boat swept away by the waves, unable to find the shore. But if we learn to let go, to accept the coming and going of things as a natural flow, then no matter how great life becomes, the mind will remain serene, like a calm autumn lake. When destiny arrives, embrace it joyfully. When it departs, let it go gently. Everything that comes and goes has its own cause and conditions. When conditions are met, everything harmonizes, people meet, and blessings manifest. When conditions dissolve, everything changes, separation occurs, and we cannot force what is meant to be. What you hold in your hands today, your body, wealth, relationships, fame, are all temporary results of cause and conditions. They come when conditions are right and leave when the conditions are no more. If you cling to them, trying to hold on, you will only invite suffering. What is truly yours has never been yours, and what is not yours will never be. People cling to fame and fortune, falling into greed, desire, and competition. When they lose it, they suffer deeply. People also cling to relationships, becoming obsessed and unable to let go. But remember, all encounters in this world are like waves in the ocean. People who once loved each other may have to part ways. When conditions are ripe, we meet. When the conditions fade, we part. This is the natural law. To hold on to the past, to mourn over a lost love, is like holding onto a wilting flower and crying, while outside, spring is still blooming. People cling to the past and live in sorrow, but the past is just a shadow in the mind. It is no longer the truth of the present. No matter how much you regret or wish to turn back time, it is impossible. A river that has flowed cannot return to its source. Let the past drift away like clouds and vanish gently. People cling to the future, worrying about what hasn't happened yet. But the future is not here.